gentlemen, welcome to episode 32 of the Lugs podcast. I'm your host, AJ. With me, as always, my co-host, Ryan, here on this eve of the 4th of July, America's birthday.
What is happening, AJ? And didn't you say something about America's birthday? Cheers! Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Remember, after the show, when we do our final word.
Oh, I know. I'm starting early, so.
You're pre-gaming early today.
Well, it was Saturday. I was pre-gaming all day, so.
Yikes.
For the bachelor party, man, a good time. Glad everybody came out and had some fun. Went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and then we went out to Dave & Buster's, played some arcades, and then came on home, fell asleep on Xbox, as you're well aware of.
I might have been well aware of. I think I fell asleep too, actually.
Nice. At least you weren't the only one, so.
It's been a
or I wasn't the only.
It's been a strange habit of mine for like the last couple months of falling asleep while on the headset.
Oh yeah,
You gotta think we're on late at night, like 3 in the morning.
There we are. Yeah, there's times like where I don't, like especially on days I don't work, I don't get off there till almost 3:30. Like I'll fall asleep here or there, but like nights after work, I'll be up by hopefully at midnight if I'm lucky.
You know, I'm off from work tomorrow, which you're not, so tonight's going to be one of those nights probably for me.
Yep.
Are they letting you off work anytime early tomorrow, Ryan?
Probably a full day till 2:30, because they had a shop vote whether it be take Wednesday off or take Friday off and then have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, get paid for Friday.
Oh,
and
nice.
I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, I'd rather have the Friday or tomorrow off and then work Friday. It's just the way I am.
The best way I could describe this day today for those that I worked with and customers that came in was, welcome to Friday number 1.
Yep, Friday number 1, yep.
We get 2 Fridays this week, basically.
Then you get 1 day off, so.
You know, speaking of fireworks that are going on tomorrow, Ryan, we had some fireworks this weekend.
That we did.
I mean, we're going to dive into that, but my opinion has changed. Let's just put it that way.
Huh?
But,
so, yeah, go ahead. About Sunday, my mom and aunt set us up a wedding shower. We had a lot of family and friends that came out to that. Had some good food, good laughs, good time. She was like, I want you to go to a wedding shower. I know it's an all-women thing, but I want you there to help me open up gifts. And I'm like, fine, I'll go. So, but I ate a lot, though. That's all that matters, so.
Yeah, you called me, and you're like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm like, a little busy at the moment. I was actually grilling steaks at that time.
Well, where the hell was my steak at?
Well, my hands are covered, and I'm trying to answer the phone. Like, I think the first time you called, I hit the silent button.
Nice.
I didn't realize it was you at the time, but I hit the silent button because I couldn't answer the phone. I had my hands completely covered. And then you called the second time, I'm like, I'm a little busy at the moment. I got to call you back.
Well, I get no service out at my aunt's house, which is where we were at for this. And we're in the basement, and there's no service. And I'm like, great, I want to know who's winning the race. Luckily, I got home and watched it on DVR, so.
Well, I'll tell you what, all the racing this weekend, besides the Xfinity race, I thought, was fairly well, very, very good. Chicago, we're going to talk into that because my opinion changed on that from what we were talking about yesterday.
I bet.
But this weekend's Daytona, Saturday. Can't wait to get out there.
Where are you going? Yeah, let the folks at home know where you're going to be there, AJ.
We'll be out at Daytona Saturday. Probably around 1 o'clock we'll get to the track, I think.
Nothing wrong with that, so.
No, it's going to be a hot one. A hot one for Florida, though, it is not.
No.
It's on the cooler side. Last time I checked, the weather was supposed to be like 88 degrees as a high in the afternoon, and the nighttime evening hours at 73 degrees.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
A possible thunderstorm in the afternoon, which shouldn't affect the race, I don't think, at all.
That's Florida, though. They expect to rain this time of year down there.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Saturday right now, it's showing as 87 as a high, 55% chance of rain during the day, and then 25% at night, which 25% isn't nothing.
Speaking of hot weather, this was going to be part of my rant, but I feel like I want to get this off the chest now. Hats off to everybody who was at Chicagoland Speedway this weekend for all the races, with it being so hot and humid. Heat indexes of like almost 108 degrees, cars 150 degrees inside the cars.
It was hot.
It was insane. It was very hot.
I'm glad.
And they asked a question on one of my Facebook pages. Would you be at a race with it that hot? I put yes. Would I be drinking out there? No, I'd be drinking water.
It'd be just straight water.
Oh, it'd be straight water. Straight water.
And there would be no, like, compensating water for beer. No, it'd just be water.
The wife is giving me a weird look right now because, hey, the August race a few years ago where they had the spoilers on the car, it was like 98 degrees, and I drink water. I thought about getting a six-pack, but no, I just got the water.
Well, you were smart for doing that, I gotta say.
Sarah's saying I had a beer that day. No, I did. I may have had one in the morning, but that was it.
Yeah, what I'm trying for is, I don't know if they're going to have a tweet up Saturday morning or not. If they had one Saturday afternoon, I'd definitely try to make it. It's just too many hours out in that heat, man.
Oh, heck yeah, it is.
It's going to be hot this weekend, and like I said, it's not hot for Florida, but it's that humidity. When you walk outside, it just punches you right in the face.
Yes, it does.
I'm trying to minimize how much time out in the heat we are.
Oh, of course. It is a long afternoon. That's why I always take the day after the race is off.
You know, I've got my girlfriend Gwen coming with me. It was her idea to even go to this race, and it's like baby steps with you.
Yeah, she's going to have a blast again, so.
Yeah, we're sitting higher up than we did for the 500. It is actually the
highest
I don't think we've ever sat.
How high are you?
We are at pit entry.
All right.
In the third level, row 32.
All right.
So you have a lower, a middle, and an upper. We are upper row 32.
Oh, nice.
So 2 escalators to get to our seats instead of just 1.
Yeah, when I went to Bristol, they're like, yeah, get an escalator. Wait a minute, never seen that before. Get escalator.
It makes a lot. It makes everything 10 times better.
Yes, it does. Man, AJ, Chicagoland Speedway, actually, Forest Series, the ARCA were out there Thursday night, but
yeah. Ready to dive on into this? Get into some gas and
go?
Yeah. Chicago?
Well, yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get into it. Here we go, gas and go. All right, gas and go. It's the point in the episode where we recap everything that happened on this race weekend. All 3 series were in action this weekend, and we were all at Chicago. So everyone was together. Starting off on Friday night, we had the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, where Brett Moffitt gets it done, wins his 3rd race of the year, one behind Johnny Sauter. And Ryan, tell the folks at home how that came to be.
Well, John Hunter Nemechek is leading. Final lap. Moffitt catches him, passes him, and next thing you know, John Hunter's off the pace. I think something broke in the engine. I think he lost the engine or he blew up. And that sucked right there because Hunter Nemechek had a great car. And they showed, or truck, I should say, and they showed Joe. And he's just like, man, oh man, he was like legit mad. I've never seen Joe Nemechek mad before, and he was just like irate.
You know, he pretty much dominated this race for the most part. I mean, he came away with a 7th place finish, but led 64 laps. He led the most out of any driver in that race, and I think he ran out of fuel. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure he ran out of fuel there on the final lap.
I thought it was either fuel or it blew up, one of the two.
You know, Ryan, we talk about John Hunter Nemechek, but how about the the tear that Brett Moffitt is on this year. I mean,
Uh-huh.
who would have thought it? This guy didn't even have a ride for this race due to sponsorship issues.
Yep, somebody jumped on board and he wins the race.
FR8 Auctions, who is a longtime sponsor of some underfunded teams in NASCAR.
Yeah, they're gonna possibly jump back on the truck again a couple more. Why not? 3 wins. He's one of the favorites, if not the favorite right now, besides Sauter, to win the championship.
And he's always right place, right time, it seems.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There's never, whether it be fuel mileage, a wreck happening in front of him, restarts, Moffitt's always finding himself right there when he needs to be, which is perfect.
That he is. Well, he was catching John Hunter to begin with. And then when, they passed him, I'm like, wow, he just went by him like there was no battle or anything like that.
Yeah, it was.
And then that's when they said then he had the problem.
And up until I went back and watched it, I was listening to you on Xbox do a commentary of the race, and I'm like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, I told you. I'm like, yeah, Moffitt just won. Hunter and Nemechek had a problem.
Yeah,
but,
go ahead.
Like I was watching, like I said, on the Xbox with you guys, and Tony, he's fallen out of it since Gordon retired. But like I was getting into it, that was a hell of a finish too.
Yeah, we keep trying to talk Tony into coming on the show, even though he's not following the sport as much as he did back when Gordon was still racing.
We could do a Jeff Gordon tribute show just for Tony.
It's like 2 years too late, but I guess it would work.
Hey, we don't want to talk about the commentary, do we yet?
Well,
too soon.
Going back to this race, there was only 6 drivers that led laps in this one, and I was kind of surprised by that. Usually in the truck race, you see a bunch of different names up front, but no, it was just a rotation, revolving door of 6 different drivers, and I mean, realistically, it was only 3 drivers that led a significant amount of laps. And Brett Moffitt actually led 17, so I don't even include him in that because you had guys.
Yeah, exactly.
You had guys like Dalton Sargent who led 24 laps. You have guys like John Hunter who led 64. Brandon Jones led 42. So Moffitt coming in 4th with 17 on that one.
Mm-hmm. By the way, good. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it just shows the right place, right time, always for that man.
Exactly. Good finish, too, for Ben Rose. I know we talked about them guys on last week's show, but a good finish for him running 2nd. Crafton had 11th, and Infinger had an 8th place finish. So,
yeah.
See if those guys get back on track here.
This is the point of the year we finally hit that halfway point. Now the script is flipped. We get to see the run to the chase in the playoffs. I keep saying chase, playoffs. So we've got some shuffling going on, but I want to get to the fact that Dalton Sargent, we talked about him. What a save he made.
Oh, hell yeah, it was.
Sliding towards the inside wall, and you hear the spotter going, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake. You'll be fine, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. And sure enough, I mean, he missed that inside wall by a hair.
That he did, man. That was a great save. Good piece of driving right there. Good job by the spotter as well, man. Keep that truck safe.
Hey, spot on to him. How about Ross Chastain in this one? Blew a tire out of the race.
Yeah.
He was the only driver not to finish this race due to an accident. So I just want to clarify. There was multiple drivers that were out of the race. He's the only one to do so by accident.
Yeah.
We had
a lot of trucks blew up too.
And on another side note, like you said, some trucks blew up. Mike Harmon didn't even complete a single lap. His oil cooler was all messed up. He couldn't even start.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, I don't know when it happened because I never noticed it during the race.
Yeah.
But to go through the leaderboard after the race and see that he finished dead last with 0 laps completed.
Exactly.
You hate to see problems go amiss, even if it is Mike Harmon, just saying.
Yes, exactly.
your stage winners of this one: first stage, John Hunter Nemechek; second stage, Noah Gregson; and your eventual race winner was Brett Moffitt. Your top five: Brett Moffitt, Ben Rhodes, like Ryan said, had a great run. Johnny Sauter coming in third, really quiet most of the day. Noah Gregson finishing fourth, and Brandon Jones finishing fifth, running in the Truck Series this weekend. Some of your notable finishers: seventh place was John Hunter Nemechek, as we mentioned, with the running out of gas there in the final laps. 10th place, Wyatt Snyder, and how about a 15th place for a guy who really made his name in the ARCA Series, Bo Lamastus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was driving for KBM this weekend, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
The 54 Club, yep.
Yes, he was. Your standings following Chicago, and now that we are in the halfway point, Ryan, I want to go through this a little bit more in depth. Johnny Sauter in first, second place Noah Gregson, third place Brett Moffitt, fourth place Stuart Friesen, fifth place Grant Enfinger, sixth place Justin Haley, seventh place Matt Crafton, and eighth place Ben Rhodes. Do you see this changing at all, or do you think this is the playoff field right here?
I think this could be the playoff field, though. I mean, yeah, like I said, I think this is the playoff standings. I think nothing's going to change much. I mean, you do have some tricky tracks coming up with Kentucky. They do go up to MIS in August. I mean, I think they got Talladega. No, Talladega's in their playoff series. No, but I don't think it's changed that much. Oh, and they get obviously the Eldora July 18th. We should definitely do a bigger on the Eldora right there, the Dirt Derby.
Maybe we record on a Thursday after the race. Do 2 episodes this week.
Yeah, we do like Tuesday, like the recap, and then do like that Thursday, do like an hour or like a 45-minute episode just on Eldora.
It wouldn't be nothing long, but just to go over in depth a little bit. Brett Moffitt and Stuart Friesen, Grant Enfinger, I think those kind of places, not Brett Moffitt though, the Friesen, Enfinger, Haley section, I think you can see those flip-flop a little bit.
I mean, don't count Wyatt Snyder out if he gets OW, though. I mean, Sargent's run good the last couple of weeks. Like you said, he made a great save. So we'll wait and see. Let's just play. Let's just watch and enjoy this. He's going to get some good stuff.
And Patrick just said, don't see too much changing in the truck points leading to the playoffs. And where you agree with that one, I just think the middle, you'll see a couple positions maybe flip.
Yeah, flip-flop, yeah.
Wyatt Snyder, too. There's a bunch of guys back there that can get a win and get right up on in this thing.
Yeah, it happened last year with Jeremy Clements in the Xfinity Series. Won at Road America and snuck his way in.
And we have Eldora coming up, which is a crapshoot.
Oh, yeah.
So, moving on, the next race is not this weekend. It's going to be next week. Kentucky, Thursday, July 12th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on FS1. And then following Kentucky, they go to Eldora.
Yep.
Moving
Should
on.
be good. Should be good.
I can't wait for that one, man. That is my favorite race every year to watch.
That and the road course in Canada is always a fun one to watch.
Yes, sir. So we're moving on to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and this is just my personal opinion. Don't bash me on it when I say this. I thought this was one of the more boring races of the season.
Oh, I thought so too.
I mean, this was flag-to-flag snooze fest.
Oh, yeah. You want to know how much I cared about it? Sarah and I bought Wheel of Fortune. Excuse me. I bought Wheel of Fortune for the Xbox, and Sarah and I were playing. I think we got through 5 games. Tony came over, and I'm like, oh, shoot, the Xfinity race is on. But I knew I had a recording because I didn't know what time Tony was coming over in the afternoon. Plus, I wanted to go over it thoroughly, and I did, and I just, the 100, crashed at lap 100 with, like I said, Ryan Reed, Tyler Reddick.
Jeb Burton and Tyler Reddick.
Yep. And then Kaz Grella had a bad start to the day.
Yeah, let's just break this down a little bit more, Ryan. Kyle Larson beats Kevin Harvick. Not that it was all that difficult for him to win at Chicago.
Cole Custer third.
This was the real race where we saw how hot this weekend was going to be. We had cars with the thermometers with the camera pointing to them at, I believe, at one point 158.
Yep.
And it was so bad that a Cup guy, Chase Elliott, had to get 2 bags of IV fluids after the race. That's how dehydrated he was.
And then go qualify his Cup car right after.
Which he qualified third.
Yep.
And I told you this also took place on Saturday when I was watching practice, watching the leaderboard.
Yep.
Hendrick at one point carried 3 of the top 5 positions, and I said the rest of these teams need to look out if Hendrick has found something.
Yep.
But moving on here, we had great battles up front early.
Yeah.
You know, you had Reddick battling for the lead. You had Harvick and Larson battling for the lead. It was just really, it was a 3-car show up until the wreck between Tyler Reddick, Jed Burton, and Ryan Reed.
Yep. The guy, I finished first in that.
So, I don't know who's to blame in that wreck. I was listening to the announcers say, the spotter didn't clear him, or he cleared him when he shouldn't have cleared him. Whew, that's a doozy to take out a good race car like Tyler Reddick had.
Yeah, Reddick was flying through that field. Won stage 1, didn't he?
He did win stage 1. But we're talking about how boring this race seemed to be. Larson and Harvick combined to lead 118 of 200 laps in this race. So, these Xfinity races with Cup guys, it gets tough to watch, I guess would be the best way I can put it.
We need to limit to five races.
So you factor the fact that they led 118 of 200 laps. Now throw in 35 that Tyler Reddick led.
Mm-hmm.
There's your race right there. You know? It's not entertaining that way. And I know it's a race. It's not supposed to always entertain the hell out of you. But
exactly. You can't go flag to flag and side by side, beating and banging on each other.
You get that short track Saturday night feel when it's just Xfinity guys in the field.
Yeah, you do.
That's what I enjoy. Now I know sponsorship reasons is why we have the Cup guys in there, and some guys like to get the experience and feel for the track, but I don't know. It's hit that point for me where I could care less to see Cup guys in the field, whether it be my own or people that I don't like.
Like last week at Sonoma, I had no problem with Byron, Bowman, Suarez, and Almirola in the Can-Am West Series race getting ready for Sonoma. I had no problems with that. Getting seat time. None of them won, did they? No.
No.
So I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with that. They were getting track experience.
Another reason is when you get Cup guys in the field, you end up having what we had this weekend, which is where there was only 11 guys on the lead lap at the finish.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You get these spread out. These cars are on rails. I mean, I feel like I could sit in them and drive them at that point.
Oh, of course.
With the way some of them have it set up, and it's just, I could care less to see Cup guys in the field anymore.
Oh, exactly.
That would be the dead horse that we're trying to beat here. Moving on to an Xfinity regular, though, Ryan, like you stated before we went through the recap of it, Kaz Grala exited on lap 1 due to an electrical issue. He started 20 and finished dead last. Tough break for a team that's been doing so well since they got together.
They had some momentum, so.
They did, and I hope it hasn't stalled their momentum. I hope it's just like a little speed bump in the road.
Oh, me too.
He seems optimistic to come back into it.
Oh, of course. And then, like I said, the highest Xfinity guy was Cole Custer, who finished 3rd.
Yeah, and then
on Saturday.
Following him was Daniel Suarez, so.
Yeah, which is a Cup guy.
Yeah, they just clutter the field with it, and it gets bad. It gets really bad. Patrick in our chat, NASCAR might limit those Cup drivers to 5 races in the Xfinity Series, but O'Donnell was just talking about it.
Yep, all for it.
I'm completely for it. Limit it to 3. That's like the magic number. If they get down to 3, I'm stoked about that.
Because you got a lot of young and up-and-coming talent for these series. You got to think, Matt Crafton. Get him a ride in the Xfinity Series. He's run the Truck Series all this time. Give him an Xfinity ride.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We're going to actually get into some Cole Custer here in a second. Let's go through the stage winners.
Oh, yeah.
Top 5 notable finishers, and I got some standings to talk about here. Stage winners, first stage, Tyler Reddick. Second stage, Kyle Larson. And then your race winner was Kyle Larson. Your top 5, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Cole Custer, Daniel Suarez, and Daniel Hemrick. out of your notable finishers, 9th place, Chase Briscoe. Awesome to see Chase Briscoe running up there for one of his his few Xfinity runs that he's had this season. 11th place, Brandon Jones. 12th place, Christopher Bell. Now your standings, Ryan. We had a little bit of a shift this weekend.
All right.
Cole Custer, Daniel Hemrick, Elliott Sadler, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, Ryan Truex, Matt Tiff, Austin Cindric, Ryan Reed, and Ross Chastain. The two changing would be, it was Sadler on top for the longest time, and also Reddick. Now we see the emergence of Cole Custer coming up there.
Yeah, the kid's got something.
And I gotta say, you've been on this kid since he was driving for JRM in the Truck Series.
Yes, I have been.
And I gotta say, kid's been impressive this year. You were spot on about him when we first talked about him years ago.
Just a matter of time before he gets a win.
Yeah, I mean, he won Homestead last year, and we thought that kind of propelled him into 2018. Now, he hasn't won yet, but, man, he's had some pretty decent finishes, including having Cup guys in the field. He still finishes exceptionally well.
Yes, he does. He, like I said, finished in third this weekend in Chicagoland, hot, slick track this weekend. Held up there with them guys, especially one of the guys who's dominating the Cup Series this year, and then, well, the guy who is the future of the Cup Series, and so speaking, Kyle Larson, and right up there beating and banging with them guys. So, yes, I've been on the bandwagon ever since the Truck Series. So
now I have to ask you the same question I asked you for the Truck Series.
Okay.
Do you see any of these standings changing? It's kind of hard with Xfinity and Truck, being that so many Cup guys run it.
Yeah.
It hurts the points out of it.
I can see Kez Gralla getting a win to propel him into the playoffs. So that race will happen at Mid-Ohio. I think right there.
It could happen this weekend.
It could. Daytona. Kid runs good there.
He certainly does.
Yes, he does.
So your next race for the Xfinity Series is this Friday. I don't know why I have Saturday on it, because I meant to put Friday, but Friday 7:30 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN. Apparently I want double the racing, so let's hope it gets rained out on Friday.
Yeah, kind of like how it happened. Are they going to have the Professional Fighters League there again? The MMA cage in the infield at Daytona?
I don't know. I forgot to even find out about that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was so cool last year they had it.
You know, that just opened my mind to something. If it rains Friday, I should get up there earlier for Saturday.
Yeah, they'll run the race.
Hell yeah.
On Saturday. Early Saturday.
Hell yeah.
And you'll be all right, ready to go for the Cup race Sunday or Saturday night.
Yeah. I'm stoked now, because there is rain in the forecast on Friday.
Is there really?
There is.
Oh boy.
I still have the weather up, so I'm gonna pull it up here real quick. If you want to say a couple things about the Xfinity Series real quick.
I just like we've all said. I mean, it's time for the Cup guys to get out of that series. Let these kids run up there. There's plenty of names.
Friday night time. 40% chance of rain.
Oh wow.
So potential. We got potential.
Yes, there is.
Selfishly, I want to see double racing.
Well, I wanted to see that out at MIS, but then they got to the halfway point in the Xfinity race. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
So,
rats.
Don't get me started on that song by Ghost.
Oh, do we need to do some Bob Seger?
No, we do not need to do any Bob Seger. Do not get me started on the Bob Seger, because that would be my rant for the evening. Sarah just did a deep breath, too, so.
Moving on, we got the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, and Ryan.
All right.
Multiple things I have to say about this race, and they all took place in the final lap.
Minus the slide job?
We're getting to that. First of all,
okay, good.
What a finish. Second of all, is this race of the year so far?
It could be race of the year, yeah. But I don't think you could do the final laps race of the year to count it the race of the year. Look at the rest of the race. I mean, I don't know. I hated the winner. I know we both did, but it was a good finish. But here's my thing.
We hated the winner.
Kyle Larson shows so much composure and everything underneath the sun not to go after him after that. Because if it was done to Kyle Busch would have done the same thing. He would have gone after somebody.
For sure
I think
he would. For sure. I agree with you 110% on that.
Uh-huh.
Now, let's just break it down real quick. There was about 15 laps to go when Larson really started making the push, and he got right about, I'd say, within a second of Kyle, and he hit the wall. I walked out of my room going, that's it. Busch was won the race because Larson hit the wall. It just seems like Larson does that all the time. How Larson came back with 2 to go to be right on the back bumper of Kyle Busch, I have no idea. So white flag is thrown, going down into turn 1. And this is for those that haven't seen it yet, if you've been living under a rock for the last 48 hours.
It's what everybody's talking about.
And Dale Jr. drops a 4-second clip that is forever. It's probably the best quote from commentary of the year.
Oh, it is.
For those that haven't heard it, here you go.
Go ahead.
Try job! Trying to take the lead away! Try job!
Without a doubt, the best clip I've heard on commentary all year.
Oh, he got so into it, which was amazing. I thought NBC as a whole production did a fantastic job on Sunday.
I thought just the emotion that Junior was showing was like that of a seasoned veteran doing this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Made what was happening 10 times better than it already was. Bravo.
Indeed. Like I said, I thought the finish was great, and for Larson, because Kyle Busch didn't know that Larson finished second still, because he thought he went all the way around. No, he was in the grass, and you seen the grass come up as he's on the gas and all that. Hell of a save by Kyle Larson. But like I said, if the shoes were on the other foot, Kyle would have been whining and complaining. But it was still a good finish. It was a good race. Was it the race of the year? It was the finish of the year, yes. Race of the year, I don't know.
So, yeah, you had, in voice crack there, but you had Larson come out of turn 2 with the lead. And I don't blame Kyle Busch for what he did in turn 3 and 4. Because you know what? I'm doing the same thing if you did that to me. Kyle Busch goes on, wins the race as he gets into the back of Kyle Larson, sends him around, not fully. Like, the fact that Kyle Larson saved that car from going around, it was one of the more impressive saves I've ever seen.
You know what it is?
What's that? It's the dirt race.
Dirt track. Yes, it is. Very much so. Yep.
So he drops it into third gear. He gets it straightened up, throws it back and forth, still finishes second somehow. God, it was awesome. It was fantastic. And all Kenny Wallace, after the race, put up on Twitter a video of him saying, "Thank you, Dale Jr., for marrying dirt track racing fans and NASCAR fans." He goes, "I think we can finally coexist."
Yeah, Kenny runs a lot of dirt track races all over the country.
And Patrick saying slide job. Yeah, here you go. One more time.
Slide job! Trying to take the lead away! Slide job!
I need a t-shirt. Whenever a t-shirt becomes available, I need to get one.
Oh, you know they're going to be all over that.
That is a marketing pitch if I've ever seen it.
Oh, of course it is.
So,
and like I said, I thought NBC as a whole... Oh, excuse me there. Yeah, a little minor hiccup there. No, hell no. No, I thought NBC as a whole did a great job broadcasting it. Yeah, obviously commercials, but that happens in racing. You're going to get them. But the commentary team, the 4 in the booth, I thought did a fantastic job. You can definitely tell they've been working on it during the when Fox was on doing their thing.
NBC has been a breath of fresh air. In only 1 week. As much as I like Fox, I've always liked NBC's broadcast better. This is going back to when it was Benny Parsons and Bill Weber.
And Alan Bestwick. I thought that was a great team right there.
Benny Parsons, to me, growing up, was one of the voices of my childhood with Barney Hall.
Oh, yeah.
So
Bob Jenkins for me.
Bob Jenkins for you, and probably for your father, Ned Squire.
Ken Squire.
Or Ken Squire, Ned Squire. Ken Squire and Ned Jarrett. It's just a tandem.
Yes. Ken Squire and Ned Jarrett. Or Ken Jarrett and
Ned Squire.
Ned Squire. There you go. But there was an incident. I know we're getting ready to dive into it for the stage winners. So let's go on and because I got something to get off my chest, very much so.
All right, so Kyle Busch wins the race, gets the best of Kyle Larson in this one. Now, let's start at the beginning of the race. Ryan Blaney jumps out to a lead. Paul Menard drops like a rock starting on the pole.
Titanic.
I mean,
like the Titanic.
He hit the iceberg as soon as he hit the start-finish line. If you didn't see it on the track, it was there, I promise you.
I don't know how an iceberg can be out there in 100-degree heat.
But Clint Bowyer bounces back, takes the lead, comes to pit road, and all hell breaks loose for that 14 team.
Oh, yeah.
So it started off with a too fast on pit road penalty. You have to do a pass-through. Comes around, does the pass-through, speeding again. He has to come back down pit road this time for a stop-and-go. Doesn't realize he has to do the stop-and-go, so he just does another pass-through. So he gets another penalty for not stopping on the stop-and-go. Ended up being, I think it was either 3 or 4 laps down. And somehow, by the grace of God, rebounds for a 5th place finish.
If that's not a championship contender right there, I don't know what is right there. To be down 3 laps, 1.5-mile track, to get those 3 lucky ducks to get back onto the lead lap, not to mention a top 5 finish, that's got playoff saving momentum right there if he does make it past the first round. I am telling you there's something with that team right now.
All these people beginning of the year, just remember, who said, he's got the streak, he hasn't won a race in forever, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Clint Bowyer is a man on a mission, and it's fun to finally say that.
Exactly.
So, pit road problems in general for Stewart-Haas Racing in this day. Eric Almirola late in the race, who had a great car, was a stage winner, actually. He killed himself on pit road in this one. But Stewart-Haas Racing was not done yet. Not done there.
No, not by a long shot.
The end of stage 2, Kurt Busch leading, Kevin Harvick coming on strong. Gets the air sucked off of Kurt coming out of 4 on the last lap of stage 2. Sends him a little squirrely. And Kurt Busch was pissed.
Yeah, you can put it that way.
I've got a problem with this, Ryan. And Kurt Busch went on a radio tangent about it. That's a teammate right there, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to agree with Jeff Burton. This is a race. This is not what I put on Twitter, a hand-holding festival. You were there to win. It's not like he did it on the first lap, the second lap, third lap. He did it on the last lap of a stage, battling for points. If you can't handle that or you can't race him the same way, get the hell off the track.
Exactly.
It's my favorite one of the Busch brothers. I just want to point that out there.
It's the same thing that happened at Daytona with, was it Jason Stenhouse that he was racing me too hard?
It's a freaking race.
Exactly. And if they don't like it, step aside. I'm sure there's somebody else that'll come up and take your ride for you.
I'll take the ride.
I would too.
There's a bunch of babies in this sport right now.
Yep. You know who would take that 41 ride? The guy we were talking. Yep, the guy we were talking about right there in the Xfinity series.
Right, we're talking about a former Cup champion here, getting pissed about people racing him too hard.
And not to mention a teammate he got mad at. Are you serious? A teammate? Yeah, big deal. I'm out there. Kevin Harvick's out there running for Jimmy Johns and Busch Beer. Kurt Busch, you're out there running for Monster Energy and Haas. Big deal. Go out there and get the win. Get the stage win.
Between all the people this year, and my driver included, is in on this.
Yep.
Grow the hell up and race.
I just don't understand it. Imagine guys like Dale Sr., Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, Davey Allison, Kel Yarbrough, Richard Petty, all these guys. Oh, they're racing me too hard. If you said that was Earnhardt, he would have put you in the damn wall.
It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Did Kyle Larson get pissed after the race?
No. You know what Kyle Larson did? He went to the victory lane, which they did a makeshift. I guess they had weather in the area because it was in the garage area. And he went over there and he congratulated Kyle Busch. They had a laugh about it.
Oh, my God. These people.
Wait.
Kurt Busch is going to lose his mind over the end of a stage.
Yep.
Come on.
Over a stage.
Grow the hell up.
Yep. It's just it's funny too. And after that he finished 17th. He could have won a stage, got second in it, and he finished 17th.
I don't get it, Ryan.
I just was looking at it. Nope, I don't either. What is this? Just because it was too hot out in the car. Granted, yeah, it was hot in the car, 150 plus degrees.
Oh, no,
we had mentioned that. We mentioned that earlier, but give me a break. You're out there for your sponsors. You're out there for your fans to go out there, win a race, win a stage, show that you can run up in the top 10 still, and you're going to get that pissed off, that mad. Well, my teammate's racing me too hard. I thought it was my teammate. He was going to let me take the stage win. I'm sorry, isn't Kevin Harvick not running for a championship right now? One of the top 3 in the sport right now? Yep. Harvick's going to do whatever it takes to get that damn win on that stage.
I'm sorry.
Because guess what? Truex Jr. did it last year. Win multiple stages. He won the championship. Kevin Harvick sees the opportunity. Hey, I got the stronger car right now. I'm going to take it. And he did. I don't know what Kurt Busch's deal is. Hey, maybe drive him a little harder than what you thought he was going to race you, and then you'd be all right.
I'm going to lose my mind if I hear any of that this weekend.
Oh, you got a scanner?
No, I don't. But if I, after the race, hear
say
something like that, I'm going to lose my mind.
I'll text you and let you know.
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't either.
The whole point of race is to be better and faster than the other person.
Than everybody.
Here, if it's your teammate.
I don't either. Like back in the day, Gordon and Johnson would battle each other. Martin and everybody he raced with at Roush. And then when he went to Hendrick, they all raced hard. It just...
Yeah, I don't... I'm going to move on from this because I don't want to get...
It grinds my gears is what it does.
I'm going to move on from this, Ryan. I don't want to be stuck up on it all night long.
I was going to say nut up or get the F out.
So, Austin Dillon, did you see his problem that he had?
The tire on fire or something like that?
The wheel hub, like they flashed him on pit road. And I think this is actually around the time you had called me because I came inside to pick up my phone.
Uh-huh.
And all you see is just smoke billowing out of the wheel hub. Ends his day right there. I guess it was a wheel hub issue. And he finished 37th. Let him laps this race.
Yep. I think he's got Daytona coming up this weekend.
Hey. Could win it again.
He could.
Only 2 times did we see yellow for a collision in this race. The 11 spinning and the 72 with a flat tire. It was.
I laughed at Denny spinning, but it's just me every time I see one of them cars spin the Gibbs.
We had another hot day.
Yep.
A hell of an anthem by Jim Cornelison.
Yeah, he always does a good anthem.
Did you hear his anthem this weekend?
Oh yeah, it's good.
It had Twitter buzzing after it happened. Like I said, I go, can we get him to do more of these races?
Yeah. I think the Blackhawks fans would be mad. Oh wait, he's a Golden Knights fan now.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
I told you as my phone falls. I told you my opinion had changed. Remember how we were talking about, was this a good race? And I said, well, if it weren't for the last 15 laps, this was an awful, this was a dud of a race.
Yeah.
This was a good race. In my opinion, this is a good race. Because you know what? Maybe not for the product on track for the first couple hundred laps.
Mm-hmm.
It got people talking.
Oh, of course it did.
Viewership was up. It's got people looking forward to next week. People who left the sport, I've been seeing posts, are coming back. It was a good race. It was what NASCAR needed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So my opinion has now changed.
Yeah, like I said, like you sent me earlier, like with the ratings being up. Do you think any of that has to do with a certain individual in the broadcast booth for the first time?
We're gonna get into this entire rub. I don't want to do it just yet. I want to wait for that one.
Okay.
Because I do want to hit on a couple points in this. But let's get through where we're at now. Your stage winners: Eric Almirola, first stage. Second stage: Kevin Harvick. Race winner: Kyle Busch. Your notable finishers: 10th place Alex Bowman, 19th place Chase Elliott, 25th Eric Almirola. Elliott and Almirola were up front most of the day.
Yes, they were.
I'm not quite sure what happened to Elliott. All of a sudden, he wasn't up there anymore.
No, I finished 19th, Byron 20th, Johnson 14th.
Alex Bowman, the highest finishing Hendrick guy.
I think they're getting ready to figure it out. I really do. I think they're getting ready to. I think Chevy organization as a whole is getting ready to figure this out.
It's going to happen this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Your top 5: Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., and Clint Boyer. Your standings, we're here at the halfway point, so I'm going to ask you again. It's Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Clint Boyer, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Jimmy Johnson, Chase Elliott, Brandon Jones, Eric Jones. I do it every week. Alex Bowman, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Do we see this changing?
No. I don't know. Hold on a second here. No, I could see AJ Allmendinger getting in, winning Watkins Glen. Unfortunately, I don't see the 88 making it. Bubba's going to be pumped to go back to Daytona this weekend, so it's going to be a crapshoot down there until we get to Indy for that final race to get in.
Yeah, I agree with you with that one. In Indy, we've always been talking about is a crazy race to have as the last race before the chase.
And like I've said, NASCAR wants to make Indy mean something, and this is the way they're going to do it, by making it the last race into the chase.
Hey, if it makes it more watchable, then go ahead, do it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So, I don't see anything changing with these standings. I think it stays the same. You may have a driver surprise you and win.
You think Bowman gets into the chase?
I think so. I mean, I don't
at
see you
16th. Oh,
I don't see many different winners coming out of this group.
You know what the sad thing is too, though, is like what? Harvick's got 5 wins. Kyle's got 5 wins. Truex has got 3 or 4 wins now. Mm-hmm. There's 13 or 14 wins right there. Is there? Boyer's got 2. Logano got a win. Dillon's got a win.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. So that does it for me on the Cup side of it. You got anything else to add to this
no,
weekend?
not really. Just ready for Daytona Saturday night.
Yes, Daytona is your next race, Saturday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern on NBC. Catch me out there.
Catch me watching at home.
Hey, I mean, I'll do that old school thing you used to do at a race where you used to call the person and then put the phone up.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember doing that a couple times. So, Ryan,
Yeah, that would be interesting.
we've got some news to go over this week. What do you say we get into some tire rub?
All right.
Left side. Pull this left rear fender out, left side.
All right, Chicago ratings. This is what we were just talking about. Up
Yep.
from last year by 14%, like we thought they would. Had a total, an estimated 1.6 million viewers.
Oh, wow.
And this for me, this is my opinion. It stems from three things: no NFL,
Yep.
no MLB playoff push right now. We're not even at the All-Star
No.
break yet. So baseball it's important now, but to the casual fan, it's not important.
Nope. Playoff, the numbers will be interesting. A lot of people with the races going on division-wise.
Correct. And third thing that I think attributes to it is Dale Jr. being in the booth.
I agree 110% with all three things you said.
And I tell you what, if we get another slide job this weekend, it's over.
Oh, man, if we get another slide... Oh, man, if we get another slide job this weekend... if we get another slide job, man, I'm texting you right when he says it. Slide job! Oh, man, because, we're getting them in Kentucky, too, so...
Oh, I can't
But
wait.
it's just the thing that gets me is the fact that, like you said, there was no NFL. I think a lot of people just got tired of Fox. Because you get all these races. It's like the radio. They go back and forth. The radio does it every week. PRN does it, then MRN. PRN, MRN, back and forth, week by week. And I kind of wish they would do that from the TV aspect. I understand why they don't do it from the TV aspect with the different trucks in and out of these racetracks and everything like that. I understand why they do it. But I think that's another reason right there. And I thought, like I said earlier, they did a phenomenal job on Sunday. The crew's going to work out good.
I like how they did the separate broadcast booths between Rick Allen and Jeff Burton and Steve
Yep.
Dale Jr. I think that's the best way they could have worked everybody in on that one.
Yep. Junior's comfortable with Letarte too. You can tell that. So
I mean, they've always been comfortable together.
of course.
So I think this could very well take over as the top NASCAR production there is right now.
Oh, I think so too. The issue I have is stop showing the races on NBCSN. That is my only gripe.
Well, you get your wish this weekend.
Oh yeah, of course, because exactly.
Which Daytona is always going to draw more fans. So they're going to put it.
Oh, of course,
to
of
broadcast
course.
as many as they can. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
My thought was going nowhere else with that. It was just going to
yeah.
reiterate something. But
And like I said, though, I mean, you got to think, though, when Fox opens up the season, they open up the season with the biggest race of them all, Daytona 500. But then they go to Atlanta where it's still on Fox. They don't go to FS1 until the Martinsville race. Why doesn't NBC do that? Start strong on NBC.
I got to say, they did quite all right for being on.
Oh,
NBC.
yeah, because I know there's a lot of people on some Facebook pages of mine that can't watch these races. They're like, I can't watch the race because I don't have NBCSN or I don't have Fox Sports 1, and just, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's all I got to say on that. I think it's great that NBC is back. It's really worked out. Especially
Rick Allen calls it a great race, gets into it, and he did get into it, though, especially that last lap, man.
Did both him and Junior. Right there with
Oh,
yeah. It's Junior kind of jumped on him a little bit, but it was just the excitement of the moment.
And you know what? I'm all right with that. Though. I mean, Rick Allen did tell who crossed the finish line first. And I just thought, like I said, those guys are going to have such great chemistry. We'll see what happens this weekend at Daytona. I'm pretty excited.
So it's not like when Jeff Gordon steps over like Darrell Waltrip or Mike Joy and you have that awkward silence for a second.
Yeah.
It's just like it just flowed. It flowed together like that. You know?
Exactly. And then Junior even apologized at one point. He's like, "Sorry, Rick," and Rick's like, "Okay, it's all right. Okay." Yeah, exactly. You're most popular driver, yada years in a row, so you can do whatever you want.
Done his time.
Oh, exactly.
So moving on, next headline we have here is Denny Hamlin says NASCAR is looking for midweek races.
I am not for that.
Yeah. Apparently we found out that Denny Hamlin's on the driver council, if he said that. Although he's known to say idiotic things in the past.
Yep, but he is.
I'm for it. I'm for it a little bit. If you want to give me a Kentucky race on a Wednesday, sure.
It has to be a night race.
Yeah, if you want to bring Chicago back to a night race, put it midweek.
Okay.
Give me that.
Not necessarily like a Tuesday, Wednesday. How about a Thursday or a Friday night showcase?
Yeah, give me a Friday night race.
Yeah, give me a Friday night, Kentucky. Do Martinsville under the lights on a Friday night.
Yeah.
That would be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That'd be kick-ass. That would be kick-ass. But then if they do the big race, the Cup race on that Friday, have that Saturday maybe do a truck race out there or the Xfinity race. Let the Xfinity guys take the spotlight for a weekend, even though the Cup ratings would probably get more ratings.
Give Cup Eldora.
Bless you.
Give Cup Eldora.
I think they'll test Xfinity first, and then they'll do the Cup.
How funny would it be? I don't think you could ever put Cup on those tracks, but it'd be great.
I mean, there's a lot of, I was watching the ARCA race on Thursday night, and they were showing highlights of some of these short tracks they go to. Man, those would be awesome to see. Some of these short tracks they go up to one in Wisconsin. Nice little short track, little half mile, less than a half mile banking.
Bring these cars back to Milwaukee or Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be down for that. Another headline I have this week, and this one's a little bit weird. This is an awkward headline because I don't know too much information about it. I saw the headline and I read into it a little bit, but not much information was given. Brennan Poole is suing Chip Ganassi and ex-agent over sponsored DC Solar. DC Solar, is now sponsoring the hell out of Jamie McMurray and Kyle Larson in the Cup Series.
Oh, they're all over it.
And I guess it really never occurred to me that I haven't seen Brennan Poole in an Xfinity ride in a while.
Did he even run Daytona?
I'm looking at it right now on the entry list, and I don't even see him on the entry list.
Yeah, maybe Ganassi got rid of him. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea, because he was driving the 48 for Ganassi.
Yes, he was. He was driving the 48 in the Xfinity Series last year. One of the guys that I got behind, I thought, had a bright future in the sport, but
too.
Yeah, apparently.
I guess, I guess it never occurred to me that he isn't racing this year.
Yeah.
He was a threat at super speedway races.
Yes, he was.
And the last news headline, Ryan, this is kind of hits us in the nostalgic feels. John Deere, back with Roush Racing, will sponsor Stenhouse in some races. You remember John Deere's famous number 97 paint scheme with Chad Little.
Chad Little, that bright green and yellow, big old 97. Oh, man.
The man used to wear.
Yeah, you do. Holy cow.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, it's cool to see that Roush is getting some of these old sponsors back. I like it.
Just, you guys, you keep Viagra out of it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, bring back,
that was an awkward couple years for Mark Martin.
Yeah, how do you think how do you think I felt like buying a Mark Martin shirt with Viagra on it? Yeah, woohoo!
No, I don't use. I like the driver.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, I don't use. I love the driver. He's a great driver.
It's a great first date conversation starter.
Yeah, it is a great first date conversation. So yeah. So whenever you're ready, all right. And then I don't know if you saw there was penalties from Chicago for loose lugs for Brad Keselowski.
Tell me,
Mike.
tell
Yep,
me
Paul
who's
Wolf.
promoting us.
Oh yeah, the Miller Lite Ford this weekend with Paul Wolf and the FedEx Toyota both fined $10,000 for loose lug nuts.
And then we had Xfinity side too, didn't we?
Yeah, the 19 car Chris Gabehart was fined $5,000
Oh, this was a measly.
on the Brandon Jones. Yeah. Nice way to make some money. Yep, your lugs are loose. We're going to.
Free advertising.
we're gonna-
presented to you
yeah,
by
free
Brad
advertising, that's
Keselowski
right.
and Denny Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin. Yep.
All right, Ryan, we have hit the point in the
Yeah.
studio where it's time to get into some social media. You ready?
All right.
We are up to 595 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher. Probably going to break that 600 threshold this weekend. 218
Yes, we will.
followers on Twitter, 58 likes on Facebook, 19 subscribers on YouTube. A couple new follower shout-outs this week. We got Todd Oliver at Todd247. We have 2 of the Hearst clan, at _A Hearst12 and at Steve2 Be Cool. Podcast shout-outs this week include, as always, Lap Traffic Podcast, the PTM Podcast, My Opinion Therefore Fact Podcast, the All Turns No Breaks Podcast, the Bump and Run Podcast, Bright Sides Only Radio, Incredicast, NASCAR Opinion, the Final Lap Weekly, and the EG3 Show. Some places you can find us: Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, and Stitcher. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube if you're with us right now, and set your notifications on so you know whenever we drop a new episode, whether that be on any Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, or Stitcher. The Loose Lugs Podcast, all you have to search. On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast. Tweet with us about the show using the hashtag LugsPod. On Facebook, you can like us there by searching in the Loose Lugs Podcast, which we're only at 58 likes, which we've been from the start of things, it seemed.
Yeah, no kidding.
Our personal, it's like the one every week that I can just write it. I already know. Our personals, myself, Grey Goose F150, and Ryan.
Our Rancola 88.
Ryan,
Yep.
we have hit the point in the show where you need to give your rant.
Yeah, the rant of the week.
Yours.
First of all, how you do mention all the other podcasts out there, all great listens to. Anybody else hasn't listened to them, give them a shout out, give them a listen to. All great shows to listen to. It still irritates me, though, that these drivers don't know they're in a race. I think they're just playing follow the leader. Because especially with the whole Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick issue still, it grinds my gears. It just, like, irritates me that they're racing me too hard. They're racing me too hard. Look at the last lap of Chicagoland. That right there is what racing's all about. Yes, Kyle Larson got into Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch got back into Larson. You know, yeah, he got into him. He spun him out. He knew what he was doing. He got the win. Larson, like you said, he dirt tracked that thing all the way around to make a great save there. If these guys don't want to race this competitive, go to other series, go to other forms of racing. Let these up and hungry young kids, young bucks I like to call them, come up, take their reins, and get to it. It's enough of it. I'm sick and tired of hearing, oh, he raced me too hard for a stage win. He raced me too hard for a stage. He raced me too hard for 10th place to end a stage. Okay, that playoff point is a valuable point, even though it is only worth 1 point. That's why they brought stage racing in, to make these endings to these stages exciting. That's why they put the points on for top 10. Why not do top 5 now if these guys are going to be complaining this much? Imagine the wrecks you would have then if they only did 5 of the top 5 get points. It's ridiculous. It's nuts. It's crazy, and something's got to change.
Something's got to give, man.
Yep.
Some attitudes need to be changed in that garage area, and real quick, because it's, God forbid someone takes the air off your car. It's like you just got shot in the face.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean,
or you
did Harvick didn't even race him dirty. Like, that was the worst part of it. No contact.
Harvick's the one that hit the wall too.
I mean, seriously. God.
His quarter panel hit the back of the wall, like he did like a little fishtail, and he's the one that hit the wall because he had a little damage on the car.
It's still.
I don't know. Yep. And there's one more thing I'd like to talk about. You know, NBC has Rutledge Wood going everywhere and all that. Well, he was in the infield during Chicago, and they had this hill. They had like a water slide, and they show this girl go right down this slide, and this guy's just standing up and takes him right out. And I'm like, that looks like fun right there. And then Almirola and Tony Stewart on Saturday during the Xfinity race saw him out there, and they threw him into a kiddie pool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty funny too.
Oh, that's great. See, that's the other side of NASCAR that people don't always get to see. It's that fun side, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's before the 500 miles that ran on Sunday that you don't see. Then you have
Speaking of which,
getting all pissy.
Exactly. Speaking of which, AJ, what's going on Friday? Well, in your case, up in Daytona. In my case, down in Daytona.
Well, they have the NASCAR America Fan Day, which I unfortunately won't be able to be there for. But, I mean, you got all the NASCAR America guys being out there, and including the whole NASCAR and NBC broadcast team out there signing autographs, taking pictures, and all that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool to meet the guys. Just tell them how good they do on the broadcast, everything like that.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be pretty sweet.
I tweeted from my personal account Sunday night, just telling Jeff Gordon, Rick Allen, Jeff Burton, Dale Jr., Steve Letarte that they all did a great job in their first week back, and Rick Allen, Jeff Burton threw it a like, which I know isn't much, but to me it's still always cool as a fan to see, you know,
guys you watch every Sunday now on just, you know, like, oh, cool. Because Rick Allen, I think it was last year before the Kentucky race, I'm like, good luck this weekend, guys. I'll be watching, you know, from Michigan, everything like that. And Rick Allen likes it. Shannon Spake for Race Up. And Adam Alexander liked a bunch of tweets of mine and everything like that. Just like I love watching Race Up and NASCAR America. Parker Kligerman, if nobody has Parker Kligerman, definitely add him. What a great follow. Good follow. Awesome guy to follow on Twitter. Responds to you all the time. So
it's what makes it a better sport for the fans, I feel, than any other sport around.
Yeah, and I told you what happened at when we went down to Belle Isle for the IndyCar fiasco with Will Power.
Yes.
What a great driver and all, but man, arrogant. Don't care about the people that brought him to the dance.
I mean, you're talking about a guy who flipped off someone on national TV. It's not surprising.
I've done that too. So, well, not at national television. Well, if you saw me in the stands, yeah, probably.
All right. Well, you know what, Brian? I just heard something. Let's get into the white flag so we can do our little post-show deal.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get into the white flag real quick.
By the way, good ears.
Open the mirrors. In line with you. Coming to the white. Only two.
All right, predictions for Daytona. We have the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series racing this weekend. We're going to give you our Xfinity Cup picks along with our Sleeper Cup pick, which is in Daytona. Every pick is a sleeper.
It is.
So, Ryan, just real quick, I want to go through a couple guys here that I've highlighted that I think could really make a run in this thing.
All right, for the Xfinity?
For the Xfinity. You got Cole Custer, who's been coming on strong lately. Elliott Sadler, always a great super speedway racer. Tyler Reddick,
Yep.
who ran great and won Daytona, first race of the year. Ryan Truex, who is one of those out-of-nowhere guys. Ryan Reed, who's been Mr. Restrictor Plate, it seems.
Yes, he is.
2 Cup guys, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott in this one. I didn't highlight Kyle Larson because he just can't figure out a super speedway, it seems.
No, he cannot.
I highlighted Kaz Gralla because I think he can be one of those upsets. And
Yes, he can.
my upset pick of the week for the Xfinity Series, Josh Williams in the number 90 DGM Racing Chevrolet. So, Ryan, the guys that I just highlighted, do they differ from any of your picks?
No, they do not. And I am taking the guy I took last weekend at Chicagoland. I am taking the 16 of Ryan Reed. Something about him in restrictor plates. When they put him on the cars at MIS, he was right up in the top 5 all day. So that's going to be my pick for the Xfinity race. The floor is yours, AJ.
I'm going with Elliott Sadler. I think it's hard not to.
All right.
Last year, he got passed in the last lap for this race. If you do remember William Byron on the last lap, got in front of him.
Yes, I do. Yeah, and then the caution came out because they were racing to that stupid imaginary line on the backstretch.
Yep.
I was happy Byron won, but to go to that stupid imaginary line on the backstretch is ridiculous.
Elliott Sadler's getting his Daytona win this weekend.
All right.
And on the Cup side, Ryan.
I let you go first since you're going to be out there, AJ. Look, the floor is yours.
Some guys that I've highlighted here, and this is a way more lengthier list than the last one.
I'm sure it is.
Jamie McMurray just seems to always be in the right place, right time at restricted plates, always makes the ballsy moves. Brad Keselowski, who has dominated this race for the last couple of years. Austin Dillon. I mean, how can you not highlight the Daytona 500 champion in this one?
Exactly.
The fast cars for Hendrick always, and because I'm going to be pulling for him this weekend, I'm taking, I highlighted the 9. Eric Almirola. He always runs good at Daytona, getting redemption for the 500. Denny Hamlin, he won a 500. I threw him on there for that reason. Ryan Blaney, who showed incredible speed earlier this season at Daytona, but the key here, he ran very well during the dual races at night.
Yep.
It was a little bit of a hotter day. So I think if they kind of bring back a little bit of that same setup, I think that number 12 is going to be hard to beat. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. won the race last year, won 2 restricted plate races last year. Joey Logano, always a threat. And just real quick, Kurt Busch, Bubba Wallace, and Jimmy Johnson towards the bottom of the list, but you got to throw them in there.
You could announce the entire field because it is Daytona.
Exactly. 1 through 4.
There's one driver on that list you did not mention. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned him.
Who's that?
David Reagan.
Yeah, but he always gets
He's
selected
won
as a big one.
He's won restricted plates before.
But it is Daytona. My picks, because I'm going to be there, I'm going to stick with, I'm going to be a homer, pick the 9. But my sleeper, the 12th car, Ryan Blaney.
Okay, all right.
So, Ryan, who are you going to
the guy's going to get his first win this year. You said it last week on the show. Brad K gets it done, pulls the Miller Lite forward. Hopefully he's driving that car this weekend into victory lane. My dark horse, give me Bubba Wallace.
Taking the 43. Great choice.
Yep.
Great choice.
And if I had a third, it'd be the field.
Well, Ryan, I think.
Well, you can't really predict Daytona and Talladega.
No, you can't. That's for sure. That's for sure. But Ryan, we've hit that point in the show where it's time for us to do our regular sign off, but a little bit differently this time. So if you're still in here, stick with us. Ryan, why don't you go ahead and hit him with it?
Guys, happy 4th of July to everybody. AJ's going to see you guys down at Daytona. We will see you guys at the track.
And Ryan, before we go, get your beer out.
That's
Everyone
right.
watching and listening.
That's right. I guess.
4th of July. Keep all your hands, feet, toes, fingers all attached. Stay safe. Drink a lot of beer, but if you have to work the next day, make sure you're well prepared. Don't drink and drive. Gonna have fun this weekend down in Daytona. Hope to see everybody there. Happy birthday, America. Happy 4th of July. Ryan, cheers to you.
Happy birthday. Cheers to you, AJ. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Try job. Trying to take the lead away. Try job. Make it last forever. Wonder why I can't feel relief with a beat.